Hey guys, welcome back to the Laid-Back Homestead. Hopefully you can hear me. Today we were planning to do some chores, but also I was going to do a garden tour and a harvest. But we've been battling rounds or waves or whatever you want to call it of tropical weather. So yeah, that's my current situation. You can see the lightning flashes and stuff. So this ought to be an interesting day. One positive thing I can say about this type of weather is at least it's cool out. So let's see what we get done today. All right, so we got a little break in the rain from earlier, but we're expecting more tropical rain this afternoon, and then we're going to have a couple of really hot, dry days, and then we're going to have even more tropical rain rolling it through next week. So the objective today is to chop and drop these last 4 beds so that I can be prepared to plant out fall things. But in our first bed, you can see we've had a little bit of a casualty here. This came down in that last round of storms. I'm not quite sure. Oh, right there. I'll have to get something to tie that up with, but I'm moving it because in the last video I planted out some cowpeas and they are starting to come up. They come up very quickly, and so I don't want this guy shading them out, so I have to get him tied up today. Our second bed that we chopped and dropped, we have our volunteer melons doing good. Just did pretty good chop on some basil because I want to make some dried Italian seasoning. And our Thai pepper doing good. He's handling the heat quite well. And this was the bed that we planted the corn in, but I'm not seeing anything come up yet. The seeds were really old, so we'll see if we get anything from that. And then back there was our pumpkin, autumn frost. Yeah, autumn frost pumpkin. Here we have a man down due to the tropical weather. I can't say tropical storms. It's not an actual tropical storm. It's just tropical weather. Peanuts are looking good. Fun fact about peanuts, they close their leaves up at night. I'll have to come out and get a picture of it. Oh, it looks like I have a pepper that fell down too, and this one's got really bad sunburn. So let's get them standing up. That's better. Now my zinnias can actually grow, up. Same thing with this pepper. We managed to get the pepper staked, and now I'm just going to snip off this sunburnt one. Thankfully there's more peppers growing on there. And now these guys aren't shaded out. These were planted out way later in the season, so they're just now finally getting some air to breathe. And I did another big basil harvest in this bed. This bed hasn't been worked on yet, but I'm so excited because one of my sunflowers are about to open. I believe that one was the Paradovic variety. Well, look at that. My daily reminder of why I should have planted sunflowers out earlier in the year. So coming back through, it looks like actually the parsley is doing really good in our heat, which is very surprising. And then as I was strolling along, my surprise mystery cucumber plant has produced. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap that off. So he's plugging right along, chopping and dropping. I am doing my best to avoid all of the mosquitoes, which isn't happening. I need to come through, again, with the tropical weather. We've had some kind of casualties. I need to harvest all of this and top up their nutrients today. Hoping this guy starts actually producing some pepper soon. All right. Hydroponics is done. So you can see a little bit better from this angle behind the hydroponics how my plant got blown over today. So we're gonna have to figure out a way to pull them back up, rig them up in some kind of fashion. Now, some of these are a little small, but I'm taking them in. Then we have some nice size ones too. And I'm only gonna take in what's blushing or what I know we're going to, not that, actively eat this week. Even the small ones that are turning red, I'm taking because I really don't want the plants to get the wrong idea that they're done producing. So you can see I didn't pull all of them, just the ones that were blushing and just the ones that I knew we were gonna eat. There's still a ton of peppers to come. The hydroponic system has just been phenomenal when it comes to growing peppers. Now, looking at the patio of sadness, I do have this really cool, really tall sugarcane, taller than me, so that's awesome. These were the tomatoes from my tomato row against the fence line back there. Still haven't decided what I want to do with them. And then we had the 3 wilty buckets. I'm in the middle of like a whole lot of procrastination. I have my herb, self-watering herb draining. So I'm sure if you hear that in the background, that's what that is. Our peanuts perked up from the other day when I was weeding. I'm glad to see they kind of bounced back, and our squash we put out are looking good. The saddest pepper plants that one has ever seen. So I think I'm going to call this and call it disappointed. My random bulbs I picked up from the new property's doing good though. But I don't really know what happened here. I'm at a loss. I've never grown in 7-gallon pots before. These were free, picked up off the side of the road. But if you have, or if you have any suggestions of what may actually do well in a 7-gallon pot, please let me know down below. I'm always interested in trying new things. My peppers, unfortunately, were a bust, but I really would like to utilize them. I mean, they were free, and I mean, it's like a really good deal. So I'd love to be able to find something that will actually work in here. So if you have any ideas, let me know. And as I'm strolling along the yard, you can see catching rainwater in various places. But these were our flower seeds. We do have some zinnias that popped up, and it looks like marigold is trying to come up. At least I hope that's what that is. I've got a few more green eggplants that have set fruit. So I'll need to harvest probably at least that one today. But what I'm really excited about is I finally have a purple eggplant, one of my black beauties. This plant had an abundance of flowers, but just was not setting fruit. And I actually was out the other day and I saw some bumblebees working through the flowers over here. The bumblebees always are attracted to my eggplant flowers. So I had high hopes. And there we are. Now, this side of the yard, again, it's a little bit ugly. It's the end of the season. You can see my sweet potato experiment still going strong. This bed was the lazy way, just throwing the whole potato in without separating the slips. This bed was where I intentionally separated the slips, rooted them in water, and then planted them out. Both of these beds get the same amount of sun, but so far, still looking like the lazy way is the winner. I know you can't tell by this. It's all going to come down to the actual fruit when we go to harvest, but I don't know. What do you think? I mean, my vote's on the lazy way. And then my other eggplant, finally now setting fruit. I believe this was the Rosalita. I believe that's what it was. My tag is faded away. At this point in the season is what it is, but I'm excited. At least got one. My butterfly friend flying around the satsuma tree. All right, we have finished the back 4 beds. This is definitely a process. It takes a while, and then when you're dealing with the rain, it takes even longer. So my snapdragons are still in here. We left the peppers. You can see how leggy they were getting. And then, of course, our cucumbers and volunteer trombone chinies. I say that. That's wrong. It's the gugutza. I'm pretty sure it's the gugutza. We did leave our scraggly jalapeno. I think he'll bounce back. Now, again, once they're getting all the light, we had another leggy pepper plant back there. and my celery, which was still doing really good. And over here again, more volunteer gugutzas, kukuzas, whatever you subscribe to. And then this is a lot of chop and drop. So this is going to take a little while to break down, but that's okay because I think I'm just going to put fall stuff back here. This is a tree. Whoops, don't need that. Some basil left in here. And then we do have some scraggly peppers on the end and some more basil and some, what I believe were little dahlias. It was a bulb that I had put in here. So we are finally done with rows A and B. So now I just got to come through, do something with all these weeds, and we will be ready for fall. Well, our version of fall, which is just extended summer and then slightly cooler by November. All in all, not a bad harvest. Thankful for all the groceries we get out of the backyard. Well, we didn't get everything done today that I wanted to get done, but that is just weather not permitting. But that's okay. We at least got the main objective done, which was the beds. And now I can really start to sit down and take in, the inventory of my space and what I want to do for fall and really get into seed starting. So that's super exciting. So thank you for hanging out with us today. And until next time, stay blessed.